Hello guys, I'm watching all the time what is going on after the game USA Serbia, and I'm trying to avoid commenting this thing. I must say that Dream Team is a dream team, but maybe a LeBron James dreams, because I don't see it nearly enough to 1992 generation. I mean, those guys are really much worse than Michael Jordan and company, and really MJ's legacy is really proven after this game. Why? We saw that 12 all-star players, better to say 11 plus 1 maybe, but okay, cannot beat the team where is one three-time NBA MVP, one guy who is sixth player in NBA, one guy who was the first playmaker of the worst team in the league, and he will be the second option for the playmaker if he stays in Charlotte Hornets. And some European players who are not proven that much, some spot shooters and guys who were messing up the entire seasons for Partizan or for someone else. I mean, from some other clubs, people who are not consistent in their shooting, who are good in Europe, but really, according to everything what I saw in my life and against all players which I played in my life, on the court or on the street, I can say that Serbia never was weaker in Yugoslavia, Serbia, and everything like that. This dream team is so much weak that I think that 70s, 80s, and 90s Yugoslavia, and even to 2002 generation, that they would beat them, I mean, around 40 and 60 points margin, that is for sure. Pesic's generation for 2002 would eat them for the breakfast, that is the thing. I mean, in 2002, Yugoslavia had more options on center position, and there were a lot of outside scorers like Bodiroga, Stojakovic, Gurovic. Under the basket there was Tomašević, who is something from style similar to Rodman about rebounds, everything like that. I mean, Embiid versus Tomašević. I mean, Tomašević would defeat him like nothing. I mean, one-on-one, back-to-back, not a chance that that Embiid would win one duel against it, because Tomašević was really the beast. On this, what we can say about Jokic here? Jokic really is one of the best players ever, that is for sure, but his responsibility here was to organize entire defense, to try to motivate the team to play everything what is going on in Nuggets, to try to refocus on Serbian national team. He proved his quality. I mean, but the problem is, when you have one player to be the decisive factor between US and between Serbia, that is really what we can say about that. We can say that other players are overpaid. Then in that case, give all salaries of all players who were playing yesterday, give all that salaries to Jokic, because he gave them a lesson. I mean, for last 7 minutes, in 7 minutes and 10 seconds before the end, Jokic got his fourth personal foul. That fourth personal foul, that was a flop by Davis, that is for sure, because we saw all the time how it was going on, and if none of them, I mean Embiid or Davis, didn't got personal fouls for such situation, it is really ridiculous that Jokic got it. And I mean, there are 6 points that, I mean, Durant scored. It is okay, but really this is ridiculous in that point of view. I mean, Americans scored 12 to 16 points, um, playing against Jokic, who had 4 personal fouls. That is the biggest problem here, because the biggest problem is that when you need to guard players by air because you will get some ridiculous call, that is what is going on. Embiid was so proud that he was disrespecting everyone because he's like, oh, I gave 19 points. Mate, you scored around 8 points objectively without Jokic and really and without travels and everything like that. I mean, that dunk was a you made 3 steps and really you were going to the basket like not by FIBA rules but by referee rules in NBA. I mean, really, Americans are always having so much understanding from referees when they are making huge errors. I mean, why would anyone why they don't have to adapt to the basketball? I mean, really, that is some ridiculous thing. About LeBron James. LeBron James got his triple-double, scoring really over Jokic, who didn't try to touch him. He tried to make Jokic to make his 5th personal foul. That is the point why LeBron James was going on the basket 2 times. They were trying to do that by Embiid. He didn't succeed. Also, James tried that. You have a feeling like, oh, okay, we will go. We will make Jokic to have 5th foul. Just go to the basket. So basically, the thing is that that is how James got his triple-double. How he scored that much. But he was ridiculous. He is really the clown. Why I must say that? I mean, really, mate. You are trying to talk about Dream Team. I said already everything about Serbian players. And you are trying to show that you are one of the best in the NBA's legacy. Not a chance. The best player in US yesterday was Steph Curry. And the guy was behaving normally, because that is how champion is behaving. Other players here, I mean, really, I must say, we saw how ridiculous was All-Star match. That is really, All-Star game was one of the biggest insults ever. And we understand now why. Because really, you sucks as a players. You people sucks as a players. That is the thing. LeBron James is trying to make his legacy by flexing his muscles. He's trying to sub in, to sub off. He's trying to have integrity over Steve Kerr. How is possible that Steve Kerr is not the one who is in charge? I mean, he let LeBron James to do whatever he wants, because LeBron James is having some other structures that are helping him to have his power. As we can see in every single team where he went, he's always having some really unnatural things to be done and everything like that. And it is so funny to see a guy who is having that much power, but having so fragile ego. I must say that, unfortunately, I don't like to use such word, but yeah, LeBron James is having fragile ego. And the problem is that he's always trying to prove that he's better than someone else. I heard Durant, who was so pissed off this morning because Denver fans were like talking too much good things about Jokic. The problem with Jokic is that he is not talking anything. The guy is proving. He's not making trash talk. He's not provoked. He's not doing anything. And all these guys are clowns. He's not trying to make a show. He's playing. He said, oh, I want to be with my horse when I'm going home. What? He's just avoiding that entire crap, as every player should do. I mean, really, that is the thing. Those guys are more on social media and everything like that, and social networks, and there are much more things. And the biggest thing, what I don't like about about this entire crap, about this game, is that LeBron James got more room in all media, but not Curry. Embiid got much more media than Curry. As I said, those two guys didn't prove anything. They proved that they are much weaker than Jokic in this game. I mean, real champion, if Serbia was the really good team, they would win anyway, even with help, without help, with help two Americans from referees as it was. Serbia missed several open shots. That is the truth. And real champions are winning even against referees. And every single loser, I mean, I know that when I'm playing in my hood, I'm letting anyone to call any foul they want on one-on-one. I remember a guy who called for the final point when I was leading 20 to 1 that he was trying to stop me to get to the possession because he was calling foul around 30 times in a row. The last time he really lost ability, he was tired and he could not yell. So basically, the problem is that you need to be persistent to win, even when people are calling crap. Crap calls are not an excuse. About Jokic, Jokic done the best what he could do. The problem with Serbia is, and the entire Balkan region, is that bad selection, bad coaches who finished their schooling in 2000s or something before 2000s and are not giving good players. They are bringing players who really wants only to listen and not to think. But as we can see in US, according to this video game, yeah, I call this video game because this sucks as much as 2K, I must say that, because 2K is really bad now. The problem is with this game is we saw that Americans are more ready to be on social networks and to be more influencers about some crap and to talk about some politics and to try to earn disrespect, so focused on some virtual respect than winning the game. So I can say this is really warning for everyone on this planet that basketball is going down. I mean, I would not be surprised now that in the next 4 or 5 years the champions in basketball will be countries like Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, or some African country, because they still was not and were not compromised by this stupid trends. I mean, if they are compromised by the stupid trends that we can see now, in that case there will not be a problem, but in that case we will see really boring basketball without any talented player, and the next candidate for the GOAT will average 4 points per game with shooting around 300 times per game and having 0 rebounds. And that is a projection if this so-called dream team from 2024 is really new signature how basketball should be. So yeah, Balkan is already, for me, losing much for a long time. Unfortunately, this close game is not working in the favor of Balkan. It is not working good for entire region. I mean, if there was a demolishing about 60 or 70 points from that dream team. That would be much better for Balkan, because a lot of coaches would get fired, entire systems will be changed and everything like that. So losing by only 4 margins is good for Jokic and these guys, but it is not good for the system, in ex-Yugoslavia especially. That is the problem. Jokic is one of the rare players who got a chance, and he's really one of the best players ever. But I must say that there were a lot of players from this region like him that never got a chance. And as we can see, in US it is even worse situation now, because those guys really think that they are the best of the best on this planet, and it is not the case. And unfortunately, younger generations are looking, how I can say, 1-star role models to present themselves as 5-star, as the best what humanity can show to us. I really must say that is unfortunately the point of this Olympics. Until the next video.